And we live.
And we live. Let me check it right quick.
I say we good.
It's on your page, huh?
Gone. I say we good.
It's on your page, huh?
Gone.
Yeah, we should be good, brother. We rolling. I'm good on this side.
I say we good.
It's on your page, huh?
Gone.
Yeah, we should be good, brother. We rolling.
Hold on.
All right. Something else you gotta adjust.
All right, we straight.
Okay. All right, Shalom. This is the brother Kaya from the GMS Louisiana Saints. Got the brother
Quarabot.
Yep, from the GMS Houston Saints, and me and the brother was breaking bread early to come together for this lesson. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. But prior to getting started, as we always do, want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Katabash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that do teach and rule well, and salutations to the icons that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, you brothers enduring to the end, whether that be through debt or by being saved. All right. And this is what this lesson gonna basically be circled around. Me and the brother was breaking bread early this morning, around about 7 o'clock. All right. And we just came through the spirit. All right. We just put it together to let Jake know. All right. We always focus our attention on being saved for salvation, but not understanding that dying, all right, or being a martyr is also part of being saved. All right. So the preparations in your heart have to be for both. All right. Now, one man would look to being saved as, you know, the greater of the two. All right. But when you think about it, the Lord put emphasis on those who have died for his name or died in his name. All right. Or died by his name. I mean, you know, the whole thing. So what we want to do is not just put focus and emphasis on being saved. We also want to zone in and hone in into the martyring part. All right, that our viewers and other people that's walking and expecting salvation should also know that this is the balance to it as well. Give me Hebrews 10 and 5. Baba, good shot, bro.
And if I can add real quick out,
you got it.
You know, that's just going into the balance of the Most High. You know, because we understand the honey type of salvation. You know, it's that honey and that bitter salvation. You know, it's all in the scriptures. You got honey and bitter. Well, that honey type of salvation is the spiritual power. You know, you get beamed up in order to be saved, so on and so forth. But don't forget, the law of balance is also a bitter side. That bitter side is you might have to be tortured. You know, the Lord might have you to go into a guillotine. You know, the Lord might have you do something or go through something outside of the box, you know, for the purpose of his story. But we can't forget at the end of the day, whether it's the good salvation, you just getting beamed up, or whether you have to give your life and get saved. At the end of the day, we all gonna be on that chair with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, but and also before I get this for you out, you know how we prepare to, you know, to go through certain situations. We also got to prepare ourselves just in case we might have to be martyrs, man. Because you, like the Lord said, count the cost. Before we come into this, we got to count all costs. You can't get into a situation and you tested to go through a guillotine. You be like, I don't know about this. This wasn't written. You know? No, right now is the time to consider all these things, you know? But what you wanted, I got you.
Yeah, give me because understanding when you go into that our bodies is a living sacrifice. All right, that our bodies have to be carried through what? Jacob's trouble. All right, we have to carry. Okay, of course, we live in the spirit. All right, but we dwell in the flesh as well. All right, so knowing that our body is going to have to go through things, our physical body, literally. All right, even if you get saved, all right, you might be beat, bruised, and battered on the way to getting saved. All right, so you gotta, you gotta expect the unexpected in a sense. All right, so and again. Right, we pray for the best, but expect the worst. All right, because that's the way to walk. You got it.
That is. That's perfect. We should have named it that.
Yeah, you know? I mean, you know, we can always go back, man. Right? You know, so and that's. But the thing is, man, the acknowledgement of the two. You know, sometimes your mind might just lean to one thing: save. But remember, dying is a part of being saved.
Right.
All right, that's a part of it. Because when you die in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you was actually still saved. All right. So Give me that.
Hebrews 10 and what?
And 10 and 5.
God, this Hebrews 10 and 5, it says, wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
Right. And the body that was prepared, is speaking about Yahushua. The body that was prepared for him was for him to endure the onslaught, the bruising and the chastisement that the Lord was going to put on him for the sins and the remissions of Israel. All right. For the remission of sins for Israel. Understanding that only Yahushua could bear this body. All right. Because it was only slated for him to come and die in such a way that we talk about thousands of years later, and it also be what? Biblically recorded. But you got to have a hell of a body to endure what he went through. All right. He had to drink piss. All right. He was stripped. He was beaten with stripes. All right. And on and on. All right. We can talk. Punched. Yup. Punched, battered, hit with the, what's the name of that little claw thing to grab the skin off?
Cat of nine tails.
The cat of nine tail. All right. He was hit in the side by those two centurions. All right. He was, so, but the Lord, read that again. The Lord prepared him a body to endure death. Go ahead, Doc.
Yep. Hebrews 10 and 5, it says, wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
Right. Because it was set, all right, for him to die. All right. For him to go through that, just so he could get back to the Father, man. Not only that, all right, there's a multitude of things of why the Lord gave him this body, man. Because you got to think about it. We don't expect to die in these frail bodies, all right? We expect to die off spiritually. Like, okay, our old man died, all right, and we take up on our new man. But little do we ever expect that what? We're going to die actually in this body for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So we want to just make sure we're aware of that, all right, because this is the line of work or the duty of work which we have been set out to do, all right? We have put ourselves in a line of fire. When you get in a line of fire, you might be missing an arm, you might be missing a leg, all right? That's why the scriptures speak about you rather go into the kingdom of heaven maimed, right? All right, then basically what? Don't make it at all, man. So once again, part of being saved is through death or dying. You want to speak, bro?
Yeah, and if I can add like too, and we got to understand coming into this truth, our dying ain't as this world teaches. We going from death to life. We going back into the heavens where shit we rather be anyway. But we understanding that when we dealing with the Most High, death that ain't nothing. He can easily raise us back up. And regardless, if we do have to give our life, again, when Yahushua come, we're going to be resurrected anyway until everlasting life. This is a commendable thing, man, to give. Hey, if I could get a quick precept out, that Psalms.
Yeah, want me to get it for you? I'll get it for you.
You got it. That Psalm, I think it's 116 and 15.
That's it.
And like we said earlier, even Yahushua, he said, greater love have no man than he laid down his life for his brother. So this is a honorable thing to do. And that's what we want to focus on in this lesson. Because look, don't take it as, well, I'm scared or, it's going to hurt. You see? Hey, the Lord gave us accounts to give us this comfort. Romans 15 and 4. What was written aforetime was written for our learning, so that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. We have examples of our forefathers, foremothers giving their lives. But we see how if it fared out for them in the end, or if they haven't received it yet, we also understand they're going to get raised up in the end anyway. That should give us comfort to be like, well, look, shit, I'd rather give my life too if it come down to that. I shouldn't, like Yahushua said, don't fear the one that can kill the body. You see? We shouldn't fear Esau because he can torture us. We might not feel it. Even if you do feel it again, you still go come back, man. But you got it out. You got it. Look, and we remember certain people for what they did. Hey, Yahushua, like I seen a damn article, the most money made for a box office movie, I think like rated R, whatever, was Passion of Christ, right?
Yeah.
That's about our Lord Yahushua. We understand that, they had the white man, but the point is, look what the Lord did. That's still honored today from his death is what I'm getting at. And we know this the last reincarnation. So if we have to go out like that when we get in the kingdom, we gonna be honored for the way we went out for the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got it, bro.
Hey, that's the passion. It says the passion of him. How passionate was he to go out in such a manner? He was passionate about it. Why? Because he knew it was no other way. So once you set your mind up to be like, all right, there's only two ways into the kingdom of heaven, and you have to acknowledge both ways. All right, that's the end all be all. You can't just say, man, I'm gonna be saved, man. It don't work that way. All right, you have to know the other end to it, the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But this Psalms 116, I'm gonna read 14 because it goes right with the lesson. I would pay my vows unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua now in the presence of all his people.
Hey, it said pay that vow. When we came into the truth, that was us making that vow to the Lord. And look, again, that scripture says count the cost before you come into this thing. One of the costs we had to count was us having to give our life. And again, as the brother was saying, just as we prepare ourselves to see Yahushua get beamed up, just as much the Lord being balanced, we have to prepare ourselves just in case we have to give our life. We don't want to get into that situation. Now you confused, you know, Lord, you said you was gonna protect us. What's up? You tempting the Lord, you doubting. You know, no, if you already got these things, certain scenarios going through your mind, I may be under a guillotine. And Lord willing, we get that wisdom of Solomon too. It said the elite gonna torture some people.
Yep.
We can't get in that situation and just, you gonna get it?
We gonna get it.
Okay, Con. We can't get in that situation and be like, Lord, you didn't say this. No, he did say that. He did. And if we came into this truth knowing that was a test we might have to face, we still gotta pay that vow, man.
Yeah.
No. Yep.
Yeah, when you make as a vow with the Lord, defers not to pay it. In other words, you gotta make sure you live up to that, man. Yep. All right. And if this the only way into the kingdom of heaven, man, you might well make your bed with it. All right. Get tight with it, sleep tight with it. All right. That's what it is, man. At the end of the day.
And again, I want to say this too. So like, y'all, we ain't saying get ready to die. You know what I mean? Like, come on, get ready to die. No, we ain't saying that. We saying just consider that might have to be the end of your path. And again, what we saying consider. We not saying it's a bad thing either. That's what we saying. You know?
Hey, it's just when you really look at what we saying, it's just a special type of hell for you. Just like Yahushua, right? All us in the vessels, we all have a special type of hell we got to go through. Even those who are slated to be saved, it may be a special type of heaven for them. All right. Yeah. We're speaking on both spectrum, right? They may have caught hell in the world, and the Lord might be like, look, that's enough. But it's gonna still be a special type of situation in. All right, whether it be all right for their own negligence, all right, or for their own good. Either way it go, all right, it's gonna be a special type of situation, all right, concerning the debt that's surrounding those who love the Lord. All issues of debt belonging to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So he's gonna make sure those that serve him and have made their bodies a living sacrifice, hey, that might be the ultimate sacrifice they may have to do in the end to show the Lord to be full circle with the Lord, to make their calling and election sure. To make your calling and election sure, how do you know if you're going to have to go out by debt or go out by being saved? So just prepare for the both. But this is Psalms 116 and 15. Precious in the sight of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is the debt of his saints.
That's a beautiful thing, because which is a special type of hell. Now we know it's a special thing just to be in this truth. It's a special thing just to be saved. But remember, the Lord said he ain't gonna give us nothing we can't handle. That show you the ones who gonna have to get a life. That's a special type of spirit right there. You know, the Lord fashioned them just for that, just to honor him. You know, you see. But you got something, Mark? I had a quick
that's right. Nah,
I was gonna get that wisdom of Solomon too.
Yeah, you could. Matter of fact, and the reason why the Lord also did that, all right, like you say, he gave him that special type of what you just mentioned, brother, because hey, and it's true. You're gonna. Matter of fact, I got before you got that, give me Acts 15 and 26.
It's Acts 15.
Because once you made your body a living sacrifice, all right, this the road you took. You decided to take, man.
It's Acts 15 and 26. It says, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach.
Right. When you hazard yourself, you put yourself in harm's way. So if you put yourself in harm's way, considering the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the walk in the fear of him, well, you got to consider the whole rest of putting your name, putting your life on the line for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That may not be the end all be all. Right now, we hazard in our lives. At any time, all right, we could be taken out of the ministry and called back to the spirit world, man. All right, so even if you're expecting to get saved, it says take no thought for tomorrow. All right, like how you know what's going, how you know tomorrow just gonna come and wow, you in there, you saved. All right, we're expecting the things that people least expect. All right, and that's how we do this, prophets, man. That's something to watch for too, because you want to have the mindset of, okay, if this happened, I want to be as possibly as prepared as I'm gonna be. But that's all in the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because you never know what torture methods that our enemy is coming with, which the Lord may put on the minds of our enemies. Now you could bring out that wisdom of Solomon too, to do us, man. You see?
Yep. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna get this. Hey, Cabal, if you could find that precept, Yahawashi was telling the disciples that he told them things, so when it happened, something they'll be prepared for it. Some of that effect. I think it's John 16, but that just back up what you said, all right? But Salaki, this Acts 15. You want me to read that again?
You can read it right quick and then jump to Wisdom of Solomon.
Acts 15 and 26. It says, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach. Now this wisdom of Solomon too. Now when you go into, you got it. And
those men to go to that Psalm 116 and 15 is the saints. It tell you in Psalms 50 and 5 that they that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice, man. You see? I paraphrase that. It says, lock it, brother.
Hear that air in the background. I got hot, so.
Yeah. Psalms 50 and 5. It says, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. So the sacrifice is all up there, man. What about when Abraham had to bring Isaac to the offering to the Lord? He knew that usually the Lord will ask for what? An animal. This time here, like, just bring Isaac. And I'm going to prepare a sacrifice for you when you get there. Right. You see? And Abraham knew off the go, like, man, something is going on with this right here, man. But he still went through, right? So at that time, Isaac could have been given up, all right, which is Yahawashi, in reincarnation, right? But it wasn't time for him to be what? Sacrifice right there. That's why it says, offering, sacrifice and offerings thou wouldest not, but thou hast prepared me a body. That wasn't his body right there. He had to come back as Yahawashi to ultimately go through that. But you got it, bro.
Yep. It's wisdom of Solomon too. Now, it's a good bit to read, but for context sake, it's going into the elite, which we know today, the Rothschilds, the banker family, so on and so forth, the ones who actually rule this world. It goes into them having a council, right? It goes into them having a council. Now they talking about how they need to enjoy the best things in life, drink the best wine, have the best land, so on and so forth. And then they get to us saying how we, putting a dent in their plans. And they're going to talk about what they got planned for us in the end. And again, these are things we have to consider, man. Right? Now, you had a specific place you wanted me to start off.
Just you want me to read it? I'll start from
let me get this quick precept though from Cabal, John 16 and 4. Because this ultimately why we doing this lesson, just like Yahawashi about to say. He says, but these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things that I said not unto you at the beginning because I was with you. So the point is that all these things we saying to consider, you know, even in that time, the Lord might lift up a standard where you don't have to go through it. We saying this so when that time come, you can remember these things, you know, for faith, for comfort, to know, look, even if you do go out, you gonna come back again, man. That's why that story, 2nd Maccabees, so beautiful. Them brothers walked to their death. The mother, she walked to the death. And what all of them said before they gave their life, they said, we gonna come back anyway. We ain't tripping.
Yeah.
We ain't tripping. It's you giving your life is salvation. Don't get it twisted. You're not losing it. How I said, him who loses life shall gain it, you know?
Yeah.
Shall gain it. But this Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I'm gonna start up a little bit to go into their mindset. Then I get down verse 8. It says, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part in our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. That's why they named the different cities, countries after their own names. You see, putting their name on stuff. It says, for this is our portion and our lot in this. The world's given into the hand of the wicked. It says, and let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs. And here it is. It says, verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing. And you got it out. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education.
Right. So they say, let us lay in wait for the righteous, right? Because their intentions to oppress the poor man, the widow, all right, the gray hair, they basically are sparing none, man. All right. Their intentions is to do with us as their minds can fathom. All right. Like we're going to do them in such a way, all right, to where it's going to be an embarrassment on the nation of Israel, man. They want to do the things that is most embarrassing, man. All right, to us as a nation of people, to the sight of the people, man. That's their intentions and goals. All right, but hey, we're clean contrary to what they're doing. All right, whether even though they're in power, we don't care that they got the power to kill or the power you know, it says stay far away from the man that had power to kill. We upbraiding him. Right. All right, we upbraiding them. Okay, we are lifting the banner, and we you know we giving them the hey you know the evil, the charm. All right, we upbraiding them. Hey, y'all, because they're offending of the law. All right, which they put the law far behind them. All right, and the transgressions of their education as well, man. Because what they teaching people, they teach you to sin, to transgress, man. Right. All right, they're not teaching you life. They giving you debt, all right, and expecting you to take it and get life from it, man. But you can't get life from debt, all right? Debt is the debt, man, period. That's all it is. But keep going, bro.
That's
so
right.
13, I'll pop it on.
Verse 13, and again, this the elite talking about the prophets, you know?
About the prophets, right.
The brothers, it says, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
And that's plain. Who is professing to have the to be the real illuminated ones on the earth? The men of the Lord. We know who he's talking about. That's why when you read at the top, matter of fact, I'm getting ahead of myself, but keep going, bro.
God, it says he was made to reprove our thoughts.
Yep, they hated him that rebuked it in the gates. And the gates is the nobles. All right, they get out, rebuking the nobles of the earth, man. All right, go ahead.
Real quick, Isaiah 13:2, lift me up a banner upon a high mountain, and that banner is the truth. It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. That's so it says shake the hand, upbraid them, man. That's a cursing out. All right, that's a calling out. And it says they are a reprover of our thoughts. We're the ones rebuking what they doing, man. All right, so this can only be talking about a particular people. Go ahead, out. Yep. It says back in Wisdom of Solomon 2:14, it says he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. So only the elect or the remnant is different from the rest of the people of the earth, which they clearly knew.
they can distinguish, all right, like these men are separate from the rest of the world, man. All right, there's a distinction about them. Okay, go ahead.
Real quick, I got enough Salakia. Revelation 12, just to go into who Esau want. In 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of a seed which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So Esau, his system, his main focus is those who keep the commandments and those who got this truth, man.
That's right. You know? The ones that fear the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're looking for that insurrection on those that fear the Lord. But go ahead.
That's it. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 15. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his ways is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth that the end of the just is to be blessed, and make of his boast that the Most High is his father.
Right. So the end of the just, it didn't say the end of the just going to be saved. It said the end of the just is going to be blessed. But what end? What is going to be their end in this on this side? He didn't make a like he didn't make say a peculiarity to the end. Like, okay, the end that they're going to be saved. He's just speaking that the end should be just. That's why I say mark the perfect man, for the end of that man is peace. But you got to get to the end of the man to know what is, you know, his beginning and what the rest of it that was foreshadowing what the rest will be. You see?
Hey, what James and John, I believe, you know, sons of Zebedee, what they mother, what she told Yahweh Shah, she said, hey, allow my sons to sit on your right hand and on your left hand in the kingdom, right? So she was talking about the end of being, you know, blessed, right? Salvation. But what Yahweh Shah told her, before they could sit on my right hand and left, right? He said, ain't up to me. But what was his main point? He said, can y'all drink of that cup that I had to drink of, though? So
there you go.
You might sit on my right hand in the kingdom. You might be with me on the thrones, right? But you might have to that cup. It might come with being a martyr.
Hey, even the thief that was on side of him, he was going through it when he said, "Let me be with you in the kingdom of heaven." Bro. Yeah. He was already going through he was getting the work. He was on the cross.
Straight up.
He was being crucified as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's why he said you would be with me in paradise, man.
That's right.
But he still had to what? Die that debt right there. He couldn't get out of that. Like he said, when you give up the ghost, you're gonna be with me in paradise, man. But he had to what? He had to go through that right there. He had to get it up. He had to play that out, man. He had to walk that out. Yes. I ain't call it the West Side walk it out. You got to walk it out. You got to walk that out, man.
Straight
all
up.
Right.
And and like we were saying earlier too, this is an exhortation to not fear death. We shouldn't have no reason to fear death. Now, of course, we understand it's easier said than done, right? But somebody got to do it, and somebody got to say it. You feel me? Why would we talk ourselves to? I don't know, because man, you know they gonna have drones and shit, bro. I don't know. No, you doubting already? The scripture said he that doubt of his damn, already roughly paraphrasing, man. You see? So going to this, let this be an exhortation to myself, you know, first and foremost, as I'm speaking, and to y'all brothers, man, that look, if you have to die, don't be afraid. You're going to be back, new body anyway. You ain't going to have that same body anyway, you know? So look, if we have to, man, look, that's an honorable thing, man. Consider that, you know?
Yeah, I got to something real quick. This Job 30, you can break it down. This Job 30. And I'm going to start at 22 to point at 23. It says, thou liftest me up to the wind. Thou causest me to ride upon it and dissolve it my substance. This the point, which we know, you know what that wind is, all right? Chariot caused me to ride upon it and dissolve in my substance. For I know that thou wilt bring me to death and to the house appointed for all living.
Woo, come on, man.
So, so even though yet he brought him to death, he brought him to the house of all living. So at the end of the day, though yet he died, he still was living. Like, it's like he became more alive. All right. It says, for I know that thou wilt bring me to death and meaning but a conjunction, an add-on, and to the house appointed for all living, man. You see?
Yep.
So that's what it is, man.
Straight up.
You got it though, bro.
Even Yahweh Shai had to prepare himself, man. You know, before he went out, the Garden of Gethsemane, the Yahweh Shai had to count that too. He had to count that too. You know, there had to be a thought for the Lord had to get himself ready to what he was about to go through, man. He went to the Garden of Gethsemane sweating blood. He even told Peter, no, man, stay up with me. Stay up with me. It was tough. You see, we gonna come into it. Again, we ain't just saying we gonna cakewalk through getting tortured, the guillotine, but the way we gonna get through it is Yahweh Shai, man. Even he said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Again, he said, none of those things. There's a lot of different things that we can go through. But he said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, but be thou faithful unto what? Unto death, man. And he gonna give you a crown of life. Whether you endure still alive, as it's saying in Corinthians, you gonna get the crown of life. Or whether you give your life, you gonna get that crown of life. It ain't like what a law can say, well, he died. I'm gonna give it to somebody. No, you ain't gonna give it to nobody else. It's for you. You know, it's for you, man. But you had something else, so you want to get back in that Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, we can get back into that Wisdom of Solomon.
God, this Wisdom of Solomon, you got it, but Wisdom of Solomon 2:16 again. It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and make of his boast that the Most High is his father.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what they're gonna say. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Right, and the way that they're gonna prove, all right, and see that what we saying is true, they're gonna put that shit to the test. And what they're gonna do ultimately, this is gonna say in the next verse. All right, go ahead.
It says, for if the just man be the son of God, then he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
Right. Go ahead. So he about to let his mind hit. Hey, the man, all right, who had the power to kill, since I said it, get it. He got his mind wide open in this chapter right here, man. And the man we talking about is the wicked, who's in control of the earth, man. All right, who was in then time. You got Antiochus. All right, you got Alexander the Great. All these men minds was open on what they wanted to do, and the Maccabees, all right, what they wanted to do to the children of the Lord, man. All right, and it wasn't pleasant what they wanted to do. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, it says, verse 19, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Right,
and the despitefulness they have is that we're professing ourselves to be the men of the Lord. They despise that, like, and their thoughts is clean contrary to us. All right, they despise that. That's why they reason not right within themselves, which the scriptures start off like that. The top of this precept, this chapter, start off for the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright. See, because what they thinking, they torture methods and they despitefulness of, we despise whatever they think about, we despise it, and they talking methods, they're not thinking right. All right, they thinking out the box, like we gonna still torture them, though yet they said they profess to be the men of the Lord, man. All right, we gonna still have our way. You see, go ahead.
It says, verse 19 again, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. And patience is suffering. So they're going to prove to see how long we're going to be able to suffer, man.
Yup. So you know what that means? Torture is a process. All right. When you look at certain movies, I believe it was one movie, I can't remember it, but they tortured this man, bro. And this man, they damn near took off every limb and leg he had, bro, and he still ain't give. Well, as I'm tripping, I think it was Samuel L. Jackson. One of you brothers know that movie. They brought him in like he was a great person to torture people, whatever. When they couldn't get nobody to do it, and they brought him in, but the man still ain't he still ain't end up like he tortured them bad, bro. And the man kept his integrity, man. Man had no fingers, no privy member. All right, he was shocking his privy member. All right, he was going through it, man. All right, but you got to hold your integrity down. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It says, let us condemn him with the shameful death, for by his own sayings he shall be respected.
So by his own saying, he say that they say that they're the men of the Lord. Well, you know what? We about to disrespect what they say, all right, and what they claiming, and we gonna see if the Lord gonna respect his word, all right, or what? You see, it says, let us condemn him. How you think condemnation come about, man? All right, and this is the man who's speaking right now. This Sirach 9:13. Man, I'm gonna read 12. It says, delight not in a thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. Now the ungodly have pleasure in condemning the righteous man. You see? It says, but remember that they shall not go unpunished until they grave. And that's what the son of the Maccabees told him. To me, is resurrection. Like to me, but to you is not. All right? So you're going to be punished, partner. All right? Even though you punishing me in the sight of all the people right now, to me, is resurrection, man. All right? It says,
mango juice or whatever.
It says, keep thee far from the man that had power to kill. And this is the wicked, all right, or the ungodly. It says, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. You see? So you would not doubt it, all right? And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. All right. So the point is, hey, the man that had power to kill, all right, if you keep far from him, you're not going to doubt the fear of death, man. All right. Because even going into death, you know, we don't listen, we don't want to die, bro. But somebody gotta die. It's written.
It's written.
It's written. Somebody gotta die, bro. You know what this precept is right here?
It's the why
that's a good one.
You can get that, but look, we gotta remember it's bitter. It ain't just honey, man. It's the bitter. It ain't just sweet. It's bitter. This is one of those bitter lessons, you know. You know, we can go into lessons talking about some of us might not ever die, but there's also the other side of that too. You know, there's the other side of that, man. But you can read that precept, about you about to read it?
Yeah, I can read it. This is Sirach 1:13. We're gonna read that 21 too. That's the last one enough, and that probably be it. I don't think I got nothing else, bro. I know you got.
I kind of wanted to hit a couple verses in that second Maccabees 7.
All right, come. Well, you can end it with that. All right, it says Sirach 1:13. Whoso feareth Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, it shall go well with him at the last. Why would something either go well with you at the last or the end? All right. The movie called Unthinkable, the Water Cabal. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They was torturing a man. I ain't getting it all the way. Hey, Shalom, Maki, put that precept back on that.
I got you, bro.
Bible go start, bro. Sirach 1:13. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the end, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. Why the Lord need to give us favor in death when we could just die and just pass over to the spirit world and go? All right, because the Lord gonna look upon that day as, okay, he worked for me, he did what he did for me. Let some of this stink of debt come away from him. Even though he got to take that, the Lord might wipe the sting away.
Might
all
not
right, so it's like you never died, man. You see?
Yep.
Because Yahushua already paved the way for that. All right, he already took the sting of debt away. Now we have to go through it, that we may, also do the same as our brother. But at the end of the day, somebody got to do it, man. All right, somebody got to do it. This that 21. It says, such things they did imagine back in Wisdom of Solomon 2. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, talking about the wicked. For their own wickedness had blinded them. All right, because even though they set their heart out to touch the Lord's prophets and anointed, they not reasoning right. Because did it say, touch not my prophets and my anointed and do them no harm? So they're not reasoning right within themselves. So when they went to kill particular men in the scriptures, the Lord lift up a standard. All right, faith provoke miracles. So if you got faith, going to the debt of going to your debt, walking to your debt and on manliness, It's gonna provoke a miracle from the Lord. That's the only thing can happen then. The Lord, like, wow, they really walking down with faith. Hey, send a miracle down. You won't put them in the midst of the fire, all right? Send Yahushua down in the fire with them, all right? Or whatever the case may be, man. So even in your debt, the Lord can take you away from it, man, while keeping you in it. He can take your spirit out of debt, but leave your body there, and then your spirit is gone in your body, whatever. You see? So that's what we're facing, all right, when we're challenged with the thoughts of being saved and also experiencing debt to basically represent our Lord, man, in such a way. You got it, bro.
Yep. I was about to say that mindset of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You mentioned that fire. What they told Nebuchadnezzar? They said, look, when you throw us in this fire, our God gonna save us. But even if he don't, we still ain't gonna worship or bow down. So they had that mindset, knowing, look, if I get myself in this situation because I'm fighting for my power, then he got all the power in the world to come save me. But even if he don't, right, it's cool because we understand we down for a good cause. A good example, which Yahushua told Pilate. Pilate said, don't you know I got the power to crucify thee or let you go? Yahushua said, you got no power at all against me, except it was given from above. So really, fuck what Esau talking about. It ain't you killing us. The Lord had that in our story already. And again, if you going through that situation, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 is written for you to go through it. You already gonna get through it. You know? But straight up, Esau ain't doing nothing. It's the Heavenly Father who doing this. Who gonna do all this, man? But
it tell you in Sirach 3:1 that, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Lord, and there shall no torment touch them. So if torment touching you, but the Lord saying ain't no torment touching you either, and you gotta have martyrs, and the wicked talking about tormenting you, well, what is going on here? It's torment that you're not being tormented with, but you going through it. So it's invisible torment that the unrighteous think he hitting us with torment, but is invisible to us, man, but visible to him. So he's been deceived, like Wisdom of Solomon say. It says, for by his own sense, such things they did imagine and were deceived. So they're going to imagine to torment us, but in the sight of the Lord, ain't no torment going to touch us, man. You see? You got it. It's either prepare to die for the Lord or prepare to die by the Lord. Hey, fire, bro. Fire. That's simple.
That's out of the Book of Kabbalah.
The Book of Kabbalah, baby. It's something on, brother. You got it. I know it's almost time, bro. It's 5:40 for you to go to camp and shit.
And this is second Maccabees. And look, we getting this example because those brothers are with temptation, right? Now they're gonna be tempted with either eat this pork or go ahead and give your life up. Now, what's our temptation? Go ahead and take that MOTB or get under the guillotine. But let's see how these men rather go out. You know, this is second Maccabees 7, and I'll chime in whenever, Baba Kasha.
You got it, brother.
Second Maccabees 7 and 1. It says it came to pass also that 7 brothers with their mother were taken, and we don't got to read the whole thing either, hop around. It says were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou or learn of us? We are ready to die. Hey, what Paul said, hey, if a brother know where it's at, Apostle Paul, right? He was in a situation that the Jews wanted to kill him. And Agabus, the prophet, told Paul, look, if you go down to Jerusalem, they go either throw you in jail or kill you. Now everybody in the room started crying. They was like, Paul, no, don't go. We don't want you to go. What Paul's response was, he said, why y'all crying and why y'all making me sad? Because they're like, chill out. He said, I'm not only ready to be bound at Jerusalem, but I'm also ready to die for the name of Yahushua, man. This the mindset. What we not dying. We're not dying. Come on, man. Bro, Esau can't do nothing to us that the Most High don't want this man to do. Whatever death we got to go out, who ordained it, man?
Who ordained it?
Come on, man. So this brother said, look, man, we ready to die. What's the point of us doing all this back and forth with you? Just do what you got to do. That's what we tell Esau. Just come on. Stop playing. I'm tired of going to work, man. Stop playing. You know, start your Jacob's trouble, man. Let's get it. Here it is, real quick. Acts 21:13. Then Paul answered, What mean ye to weep?
Yep.
And to both of the brothers had it. What mean ye to weep and to break my heart? For I am ready not to be bound only. And we know that we ain't ready to just get thrown in jail, but it says, but also to die at Jerusalem, man. For the name of the Lord Yahushua. This the situations we about to come into. You know, choices gonna have to be made. And what would it be the point if we fear Esau so much? We rather take what he wants to take so he don't kill us. You still got to deal with the Lord when he come back, man.
For real.
Again, the brother said either die for the Lord or die by the Lord. That's two choices. We rather die for the Lord. Especially we here in America, there ain't no way out for sure. Ain't no way. If you're in America, you don't want to die for the Lord, you're going to die anyway, man.
You're going to die.
You're going to die anyway. At least with the Lord, we either going to have to die or you got an opportunity or a chance to be saved. That's
it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You see? But it says, but one of them, with 2 Mac 7:2, but one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers, man.
Yeah.
It says, then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and caldrons to be made hot. It said, and actually, you want to read, bro?
You want me to read it?
Con, because I don't want to do all the talking, you know.
Nah, you good, brother. You know? I know you wanted to bring it out. Where you at?
2 Maccabees 7 and 4.
All right, come. It says, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body. The rest of his brethren and mother looking on.
Now think about it. Look, when we read these things, we got to think about that. You got 7 brothers. The first one who spoke, he went up first. He got his tongue cut out. They chopped up his body and threw it into a pot. You know, the caldron, that's the more witch pots. You know, the little brews, like on CVS, they loco, you know? And they threw his body up and then balled him. Now you got 6 other brothers and their mother just looking at this knowing we next. We next. That might be us in the line going to a guillotine. You see a brother get taken out, you have to know, shit, I'm next. You know, or the law could come in a second, it's about to fall in. Who knows, man? But you got it, bro.
It says, now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. Lord. Man. And as a vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord our power looked upon us, and in the truth had comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, God damn.
You gotta look, they cut his hairline, just pulled, scalped him. You know how Jake say with the, you know, when they shoot her out, pulled that boy's scalp back. Hey, dog, literally pulled his scalp back. You know, straight up. Come on, man. But look, watch even in all this torture, watch how he replied to all this, man. Watch, hey, before every one of them got killed, even before the mother, they got their rocks off. They told, hey, they're like, man, look, fuck what you talking about. We're gonna be back anyway. You gotta worry about your judgment. Come on, man. Real. That's just like us. Yahushua said we're gonna be taken in front of kings, governors, and rulers for a testimony against them, man.
Yeah.
So even if they do it, we gonna tell them some shit, piss them off more than they gonna get to us.
Right.
Come on, man.
And really, if that is happening to us, then that's the judgment of the Lord. You gotta count it all joy from them, because the powers that be are not they subject to the Most High. All right, so that's them. That's the Lord moving through their minds doing that. All right, whether you see fit for it or not, like damn, the Lord just doing this men like that. Well, hey, this is movie. Ooh. All right, we are nothing but what? We are nothing but pawns, man.
Yep.
All right, that's it. It says, so when the first was dead, or the skin off his head and his head, they asked, will thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said,
hey, check this out. So look, he about to die. Look, he ain't got no point in him.
Yeah.
Watch how watch what he tell his Edomite, man, before he about to die, man.
Yeah, he like this here, huh? You know what's going on?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It says
it's not even them men who did it. The Lord put that spirit on them, man.
Yeah, for
we
real,
gotta
bro.
believe the Lord gonna put the spirit on us to get through it again. 1 Corinthians 10:13. He ain't gonna put us through nothing we can't handle, man. If you going through it, guess what? It's written for you to already get through it. We just gotta live it out here on earth. It's already written. You got it out.
It says, and when he was at the last gasp, his last breath, in other words, it says, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
Cool, you got it.
Drop the mic. It's over with. This man, listen, they done scraped the man hell off his head, bro. Like, it did cut off members of his body like the first. And when he, on the last thing, and they, they probably like, you gonna eat it or what? They probably asked him. And he said, you know what? The king of this world gonna raise us up, man, in everlasting life.
Right. In
other words, they like this, right. So like you say, it pissed them off. You feel me? Hey. That pissed them off, bro.
Hey, remember on Baby Boy? Remember when Jody he shot Snoop Dogg? Now, Snoop Dogg was on the ground. He was about to die. What he was doing? He was talking shit.
He was talking shit, yeah. Yeah. Kill me, shoot me, like handle your business. Hey, and the Lord gonna give us what to say at that time as the Lord give us, this mindset to bring out particular things in a lesson. You think the Lord ain't gonna give us what to say in that time? He might have some brothers don't say nothing.
Hey, Yahweh didn't say nothing.
Nothing.
That fucked Pilate up. That's right. Interference to Pilate. He was like, oh shit.
Yeah. All he said was, thou saidest, like you said. Yep. Y'all said, or y'all said, like I ain't got shit to say. Y'all said that. Y'all said this, man. Or thou saidest. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. All right. What? So it says, after him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon holding forth his hands manfully.
Think about this. So they call him, they said next, the third one come up. He seen what happened to his brothers. It said he walked up with his hands out and his tongue already out here. It's already out. Just cut him off.
Yeah.
You see, he walked to it. Come on, man.
And said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them. So he despising the members of his bodies just to keep the law and law. Just listen, all this was for not to eat pork. It wasn't for nothing else. It was just eat the pork.
Right.
Like this man getting his tongue, he coming with his tongue out, arms out. Members, probably his privy member. All right, that's a member too. Okay, his leg. All right, he like cut it off, man. All right, this man coming willingly with all his body parts just not to eat pork. How much integrity these men had? Son. All right. It says, all this in debt, being courageous in his debt. Right. They're all being courageous in the way that they're dying. Yep. Not the way that they was being saved. They was being courageous in the way they was getting put to death.
Yep.
All right.
As the scripture in Proverbs said that the righteous have hope in their death.
In their death.
Got integrity, confidence, faith, even in the situation. We understand the ultimate hope is the resurrection, and that's what these brothers kept saying. That's what he's saying. Look, I ain't tripping. I gotta get ease up. He understood he was gonna get an everlasting body anyway, man.
For real. And we know that the Lord have blessed us with that knowledge and wisdom. Like, the ones that die, they come back first, huh?
Woo! And we gotta end it off on that, all right?
Like, it says, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. Yep. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner.
Hey, shit, we can, for time's sake, because I'm about to hit count, We could jump down to the youngest brother, real quick. Because watch what he about to tell Antiochus. You could jump down, Baba Kashab, to verse 30.
All right, Khan.
And it's the young. Now, this brother already seen 6 of his big brothers got put to death in front of him. Now it's just him and his mother. Now watch how he go out.
Right. I'm gonna read 29. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy debt. All right, it was the mother talking to him, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
When she would come back ultimately.
Yep. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for?
Hey, he looked at Antiochus. What you waiting on? Hey,
yeah. What you come on? Yeah.
Get it over with.
I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of our power.
And what you said earlier, we suffer, even if we go through things, because our sins, right? That's what he about to say next.
For we suffer because of our sins. Yeah, not because they killing us. Right. It's because our sins or what the Lord see fit to take us out. All right. It says, and though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at once again with his servants.
Yep.
At one again with his servant, because it says, the Lord mercy is great, so is his wrath. All right. It says, but thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of our power. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of our power, who said all things.
Yeah, Esau, even when he tortured us or try to kill us in this time, remember, Esau, we still gonna be in the kingdom. You still got 1,000 years you gotta go through. You know, your world still gonna end when the Lord come back, so we shouldn't trip because we gonna get our payback, man.
Thanks.
You don't think Antiochus is gonna be back and these brothers and their mother gonna get their payback? You don't think, come on, man. Come on, man. But
it says, want to keep going as it, huh?
They had a little more on that, or
it had a little more, but point been made, bro.
Well, we can end it off on this, bro. I'll read it real quick. 1 Corinthians 14, because like to wrap it all up, like we were saying, well, if you get beamed up, right, and your body change, you experience that for salvation, or whether you have to give your life for salvation, at the end of the day, it's still salvation, man.
Yeah.
That's the bitter and the sweet of salvation. It could go both ways. Look what Yahweh Shai had to go through in order to sit on the right-hand side of the Most High and get everything. You see? But real quick, 1 Corinthians 4, and I read it out, you could break it down. 1 Corinthians 4 and 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, which he talking about believers in the truth who died. It says, asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. And if I can add real quick, ultimately he's saying, look, when a brother in the truth died, you don't have to cry, just sorrow forever, because look, you're gonna see him again. You have hope, right?
Yeah.
Because he about to say, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will the Most High bring with him.
Right.
For this,
the First Thessalonians, man. Like those, we shall not prevent those that are asleep, meaning the ones that died in their works. Huh?
That's what we reading.
Oh, I thought you was in 1 Corinthians 4.
Now this First Thessalonians 4.
Oh, you say, yeah, you was to say 1 Thessalonians. You say 1 Corinthians 4.
Slip on the tongue.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, the apostles was just talking about that on their Day of Atonement, so you might, meant to say, But 1 Thessalonians 4.
Yeah.
And 14, it says, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so, them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will the Most High bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Right. So the ones that were alive and remain, those who are slated to be saved, we're not to prevent those that are asleep. The ones that are asleep, meaning that they went back to their rest, all right, coming back with the Lord, which is going to explain, it's going to come full circle, all right, because a man works follow him. So if your works on this side followed you, it's gonna follow you through death too. Because remember, death is a transition. All it is you go into your spiritual body. So what they did, if you die over here, is almost that's mercy from the Lord. It's favor from the Lord. He just put you, now you got your spiritual body. you already got it.
Tell Esau, thank you. I've been wanting this shit, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. And I played my part in the movie too. Like this was supposed to go this week. So thank you, man. All right, go ahead.
Yep, it says, shall not prevent them which are asleep, for the Lord Yahushua himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first, man.
So them who died in this work in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gonna rise first. They gonna get their bodies first, man. So hey, at the end of the day, it's okay to die. We already know what death is.
Straight up.
We already know that. It's not a mystery to us no more. So we don't gotta fear. You fear things you don't know. Like we don't speculate no more. We know when we die, we go to our spiritual bodies, go into 2 Corinthians 5, man. When we're in our flesh, we absent from the Lord. All right, but it says we rather be absent from the body and present with the Lord. Meaning we would rather be what in our spiritual body, man.
Yep.
All right. Paul said it's more glorious for us to be, for we know that if our early house of this tabernacle were dissolved, which is your body, because your body is a tabernacle, we have a building of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, a house made with our hands, eternal in the heavens. That's why the Maccabees brothers say, look, we got a spirit, we got everlasting life when you cut us down, man.
Yep.
All right. When you chop us off and knock us off, we going into our everlasting body, man. All right, immortality. You see?
That's right. And I finished.
Read that 17.
Kind of says, "In the dead, and Mashiach shall rise first." So look, if you die, you gotta share the first ticket. Or you gonna be the first ones to see what the inside of the chariot look like. First ones to see what the new bodies look like. You know?
Yeah. You getting the sneak peek before the brothers who saved then away. Once again, we are on here advocating, hey, brother, you just go die, brother. Look to die, brother. We prepared to be saved, but if this way is legit. Any man who died, precious is in the sight of the Lord is the dead of his saints. So if you die for the Lord, that's an honorable thing in the heavens. Think about the people when they talk about what happened with the men of the Lord between those who were saved and the death, the ones who died is honorable. Like you died, like you actually, and you died and with the significance of, man, I'm dying for the Lord. So you did it with encouragement.
Right.
All right. You did it courageously. You didn't just die. You did it courageously, man. All right. That's an honorable thing. That's an honorable testimony. You see? But go ahead and finish it all out.
It says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, to end the lesson off, wherefore comfort one another with these words.
Or exhort. This is the exhortation. Hey, this is an exhortation, brother. We ain't telling nobody the disclaimer. We ain't telling nobody to go teach a doctrine that say, man, we need to go get ready to die, man.
That made me think of Thomas. Hey, Thomas in the book of John, I think it's chapter 9, right? When Yahushua was like, look, man, Lazarus dead. Let us go over there. And Thomas told the disciple here, like, man, let us go die with him.
No, you gotta keep living. You're gonna keep living. If it's not slated for you to die, you're gonna keep living anyways. But acknowledge the fact that this is part of the walk, part of the testimony. This may have to be yours. So when you think about it from a balanced aspect, not just one-sided. That's all we saying. All right, that's what the whole lesson is about. So if dying is just a special type of hell, man, that's catered and geared for your lot, all right, your spirit to be able to endure and go through. So gird up your loins, man.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, and shit, I want the water tub, but Salaki, when better read precepts because I'm about 2 minutes late from camp. But hey, the water for the precepts, the water for tuning in, Lord willing, is
God.
exhorting, you know, exhorting,
Yep.
comforting, you know, just to consider these things. We ain't saying it's gonna happen, but at least you have that thought just in case it do. You know,
Yep.
who knows? But ultimately, the Lord got us, man. But look,
Yeah.
hey, if you don't got nothing else, you could bring us out, bro.
Now, hey, just honor your thoughts for it's done, man. Just honor. You honor the ones for being saved. Make sure you honor those too, man. All right, because it can come what? Either way. So Abba Ratazadi was edifying, man. Until the next time we will see Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Agam that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm going to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.